Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Dale, to Rolling with RoadRunner today.
Well, thank you, Tyson. I appreciate that. And hello, Sugar. How are you?
Sugar's ready to go, too.
She's revved up.
So I think today I wanted to talk about a couple of things. So I wanted to talk about the ride-along we had here in Denver with some RoadRunner customers and fans of ours, I guess. And also exciting news about the RS5 Seat that is going to be available sometime soon.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, that ride along was really cool last weekend, actually. And I'm glad, so glad that we decided to do it when we did, because had we waited one more week, the high was like 52 degrees that day.
Yeah,
it was raining.
Yeah,
so it was phenomenal weather. It was like I think it was 82 degrees that day, and we had a good turnout, a really good turnout. We kind of planned this at the last minute, we probably need to plan a little farther ahead next time, I think.
Yeah,
we'll probably even get more people. Yeah, probably a good idea. But we did one.
We did it.
And everybody enjoyed it. And what did you think about it?
It was great. Yeah, we rode around Denver. Ended up at a park here near downtown in Denver.
City Park, really cool park.
Yes.
Yeah.
I cooked hamburgers and hot dogs. One person said it was the best hamburger he's ever had.
Some good burgers, man. They were really good. I will agree.
But yeah, then we just, hung out, talked to customers. You had a little story time with Dale. Everybody gathered around you talking about who knows what, things I've heard probably 20 times. So I was glad I was cooking hamburgers instead.
Probably so. It was weird because that was not expected. And then people just started asking questions. And I started responding, and then before I knew it, kind of had the whole, crowd right there. And I was like, I felt like I was around a daytime campfire.
Yeah. Well, it's good because obviously people, especially those people, they care enough to come out and want to know the newest updates and history about RoadRunner, which you told them so. So yeah, they all appreciate it. We did get some good reviews, so let's watch a couple of them, and then we can talk about it.
Yeah, because I know you did a good job of Tyson. I know that, and I asked a couple, but I know you did all of the interviews. But we had like 4 different interviews about RoadRunner in the store or whatever, which was nice, authentic. They were locals for the most part, and I think they were good.
Yeah, so let's play a couple, and we'll listen to them, and then we'll talk about them.
Yeah, sounds good.
One of the things I noticed right away about the RoadRunner scooters is just the premium quality, of the gear they're using and the rock solid stability of the scooter. I've just been having an absolute blast with it. I fell in love with it the second I rode it.
The biggest thing I love about the scooter, even though it's so solid, it has a replaceable battery. And that's probably the thing I love the most. Best scooter I've ever ridden.
The biggest thing I would say that separates the scooters I've had from the RoadRunner scooters, in my opinion, besides the quality, is the service department, which, maybe an underrated aspect. Love RoadRunner scooters for sure.
Riding a scooter is one of the most amazing things because it feels so solid. The construction is amazing. The customer service is amazing.
Aside from the quality build of the machine, the service you get from the customer service department is beyond reproach. I'm very, very, very appreciative of that, because it's not easy to find that kind of service, in this industry. So, yeah, definitely loving it.
Yeah, those are great. I mean, I think, one of the most common things I saw in all 3 was that people appreciate the customer service. Most people had multiple scooters before, 1 or 2 possibly. They found us, and they're never going back to another brand from what it sounds like. Yeah. So it's cool just to, most of those people I've met before, to like them coming in the shop and buying from us. But obviously it's good to see them come back and, tell us honestly what they think about us and are willing to get on camera for that too.
Well, yeah. I mean, the good thing is, obviously they're very authentic, or they wouldn't have done the interview, but B, they would never have shown up to start with.
True.
There were free burgers though, and hot dogs.
Yes.
No, but seriously, no, they it's just, it's we don't get a lot of Denver, interviews or, feedback. And so, we've really not pressed Denver that much as far as the marketing part of it,
right,
because this is our headquarters and we don't want to be overrun with retail up until this point. And we're changing things up, and, it's nice to see a good turnout like that.
Yeah. And I think future plans, during the winter is not easy to do things outside, and we don't know what the weather is going to be until the day of. So we were thinking about maybe doing like some workshops on how to do maintenance on your scooters, like Diego and Ziggy have a little workshop in the shop where people can learn how to, we haven't come up with a topic, so maybe we can get some suggestions on what people want to see. So we can also record that and post it online for people around the country to see.
Yeah, no, I think it's a fantastic idea. And you know, what better way to spend a snowy day, you know? We're located right here in, you know, downtown, and there's a lot of neighborhoods, you know, around the downtown area. So there's a lot of people that live around this area. And so a lot of scooters are sold in this area. I think it would be fantastic, you know, to come down here and drink some hot chocolate and listen to Diego and Ziggy go at it.
Yep.
It might be entertaining, actually.
Yeah. And then maybe once the weather gets better, doing like a riding class or something like that. So not just talking, but actually, you know, letting people learn, and if they're not comfortable with scooters, or how to adjust the P settings if, you know, for different performance.
How to go
like
70 on the RX-7 smoothly.
At Coors Field parking lot.
Yeah, Coors Field parking lot. It's a good one.
So yeah, just things to get people involved. You know, obviously we're here to service their scooters, but we want, you know, a community as well here in Denver and all over.
For sure, for sure. And I mean, you know, again, I think that us, you know, beginning to open up and market more in the Denver area over time, you know, that's obviously going to start showing, you know, it's, you know, just the people that are involved and want to be involved more. They've been wanting to be involved for a while. And so, not like we've been doing pushback, but we've just been so busy putting these new scooters and stuff together. But we know that we need to open the doors, and that's one of the reasons we're doing this, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, because we want to you know, have more communication with our customers, and you know, just have more of a better everyday understanding of what's going on.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so
she's all up in the middle of you.
You're very jealous right now, aren't you?
She's not shy. She is not shy.
She is spoiled. That's what she is.
Rotten. Yeah.
Yeah. So good turnout. Great day. It was a lot of fun. I think Ziggy and Diego had fun too, just talking to customers. So it was good for us and good for the people that came out.
Absolutely. Yep. So it was a good, you know, it was a good, you know, 2.5 hours of fun, and people met here at the store. We had a route that we took them on, a really cool scenic route to a really nice, cool area and neighborhood of Denver. And then we went straight into City Park, and we circled City Park a few times, which is one of the biggest parks in Denver. It's where the zoo's at and everything. So we had a, you know, actually, we had a picnic area that we had reserved the day before, or a couple days before. we almost did not get one because we didn't realize that we had to reserve this the last minute, but we did get one. And you know, again, it all went off without a hitch, and I think everybody was very pleased, and we got some good comments afterwards. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so good stuff.
All right. So what is this in front of us?
Oh boy, what is this? I mean, my goodness, let's see. So yeah, I think I see a seat. Let's see, when did we start this process?
Too long ago.
I know.
Yeah. But we tested many different prototypes, and we finally landed on this one. So this is the seat for the RS5.
Yes.
This is the prototype that we're currently producing at our factory, and we'll get them out as soon as we can. I will not put a date on that. We've learned the hard way on that.
Yes, but you know, we hope for it to be very soon.
Yes.
I'll say this, you know, this seat, they designed this specifically for our scooter. So, you know, it's a custom design just for our scooter, which we did. They put it together for us at our factory in Shanghai. But it looks really nice. And I'll just go ahead and, I guess, you know, say about it. We
wrote it, and we'll show some video. It's comfortable.
It's very well. I didn't know what to compare it to.
Yeah. And
because I had never actually ridden a scooter with a seat, so I broke that that commitment I had made to myself that I wasn't going to. But you know, I really wanted to see, and everybody wanted me to see what it was like. So I did ride this scooter, and I'll tell you what. I rode, you know, the D4 has a seat, the RS5 has a seat. And so, you know, this seat is just so solid. There's no movement whatsoever, and it's very, very comfortable. This is a different seat than what we've gotten in the past. And so it's definitely a nicer seat than the D4 has on it, but you get what you pay for. It's a nicer scooter as well.
Absolutely.
So, you know, but I rode it, guys, and I rode this thing at about 40 miles an hour. And I mean, yeah, I was cooking. It felt great, and I could have gone faster, but you know, I felt very safe, secure, and did some jumps off the curb, and you know, I gave it a little bit of punishment.
Yep.
And Tyson, you were there, so you saw it.
Yeah, and I rode it a few miles as well, and it's the arm position's good. The way you have two different here on the bottom. I'll try to do this without being too loud. So first of all, it's nice and heavy, so it's not going to like move around a lot while you're on it. So this right here goes around the actual frame of the scooter.
It tucks up underneath on the end.
And then you have this post right here that so you can have further back or one post, a couple inches closer to the steering column. So you have a couple different ways to adjust it based on how close you want to be, and you can move this up and down on the deck pad of the scooter as well. So it's a good seat. We've had hundreds of people asking for it, so we have it for you guys, and we're happy to get it out there, and we'll get it out as soon as we can. We'll have probably a special on it when we first get it.
And we'll have plenty of them. I mean, to start with. So it's not, we should have plenty to go around. Again, like Tyson, you just said, I couldn't tell you how many requests we've had for these seats over the last year and a half since we've been, building the RS5. So yeah, it's going to be a check in the box of something that's been, desired for a while. And,
and it's not just because they want to be comfortable. It's also for mobility issues too. So we're glad to provide people that need a seat for mobility issues if they can't stand a long time for whatever reason. We have, a great scooter with a great seat, so they can not have to sacrifice a seat for a not so great scooter with other brands.
Yeah, I mean, I guarantee you, we've probably lost some sales because some people have to have a seat, So so let everybody know that the RS5 is going to have a seat, and it'll be here very, very soon. So we're happy to be able to bring this to everybody. We put a lot of work into it. It's a seat, and people think it's just a seat. It's a seat, but guess what, guys? We designed it, and it took us a while to get there. So we didn't just do the first one. It took us about 5 rounds before we were finally happy with it. And so Tyson and and all, the whole team, they did a fantastic job on this. So
that's one thing that we can talk about possibly is as a manufacturer, we're not reliant upon a big company in China that gives us no say. So we actually can look at the CADs, we can look at engineering and look at, how we like it and say, no, we don't like this, go back and do it again. Rather, before we had no say. They were like, can you give us a seat? We get a seat, and we basically had to just sell it. So,
I mean, just, that's obviously one of the main things that we're trying to not sell people. We want to educate people. We want to, we've had some of these discussions, Tyson, and, it's so important for people to understand what you just said, because a lot of people will give you lip service and they'll say these things, right? But yet when it comes to backing it up, they're not there, and they're not offering what they're promising on the sale. After the sale is where it all takes place, guys, and that's where we are trying to be different than everybody else, and so we really are trying to get that message across. And so that's one of the main reasons we're doing this, so we can educate you guys on things like that, what we're doing behind the scenes, and what we have in store.
Yeah. So even like a small thing, what people think is small, like a seat, it actually, if you look at it, it's a lot more time and effort that's put into it than it looks like in the end process. So again, just wanting to talk about, how we came up with it. And I think, it's good for people to know that it's not just something we said, please make this for us, and we didn't have any say, and we didn't have feedback, and we didn't test it, or we did test it, like most people probably don't. So.
Yeah. And, so a lot of the OEM brands or the other brands out there, on a situation like this, they would call, or get in touch with, a seat manufacturer, and they would, have nothing to do with the design or anything, but they would just give them the CAD of the scooter maybe, or just a picture of the scooter. And then, the seat company would just design the scooter, the seat for it, with really no safety involved. Like they don't, they don't safety test these things when they do it like that. So, we did from A to Z, we did the drawings, we did, the actual, we picking the seat out. We tested about, this is the 5th one. So we have 5 different ones before we finally settled. And then, we had, again, once we hand the drawings, the CADs over, they will manufacture it, okay, build it to our spec, and not 1 millimeter different. That's what's so nice about it. And we can make changes on the fly, which is really cool. So it just gives us a lot of, freedom and the ability to, create what you guys want. So
probably, we'll send an email out to all our customers. We'll put it online, social media, but we'll have a pre-sale once we know when there'll be a delivery date so people can reserve it as soon as possible.
Yeah. So we, again, RS5 has a seat. It's coming very soon, and we look forward to making that announcement when it's actually available.
Great. All right. Well, I think that's it for today.
Well, let's call it a day.
All right.
All right. Cheers.